Galloway's support through sight loss. Galloway's Get Active presents Fishwick Naturte Reserve, Preston. Hi everyone, James and Jane here again with another of our Galloway's video walks. Today, again, the weather's holding out. We've done quite well recently for the weather. And today we're in Avenham Park and we're going to start off here, walk down part of the Guild Wheel towards London Road, where we're then going to cross over and do a little loop around there before returning back on the opposite side of the River Ribble. So there should be something to see. There'll be countryside, there'll be parkland, obviously the river as well. So come along. I think it's going to be around about 4.5 miles. I'm clocking it, so I'll tell you at the end. Come along, let's see what we can find. Come on, let's go. So we're walking out from Avenham Park. We're on the Guild Wheel and we've got the River Ribble on our right hand side. So we need to watch out on this path for cyclists, as it is part of the Guild Wheel and can be very popular and busy at times. I'm just showing a close-up of some buttercups blowing in the wind with one of the bridges over the river. So following the Guild Wheel path we go under an archway, which is fantastic for echoes if you're around there and you've got the kids. And this section of the Guild Wheel is a long straight section, tree lined. So you've got you've got the River Ribble on the right hand side, and the path pretty much follows the River Ribble until we get to London Road at the end. The video is now showing views of the river. The tide was out when we did this, and on some of the rocks there's two mute swans that were sat on the rocks, and they were cleaning the wings and the feathers, really waterproofing them. Showing a view coming down the river bank across the River Ribble, which is very still and peaceful, and on the far bank you've got the reflection of the trees. So carrying along the path, we go slightly downhill. There's some railings on our right hand side and we've passed the old tramway bridge, which is now closed. And again following the long straight path that is tree lined right the way to London Road. The cyclist just riding past. So at the end of the track you come out to London Road, so we're going to cross over the side road and head out to the Pelican Crossing. Going up to the Pelican Crossing now, and we're going to cross over, and when we cross over the road we turn right and head down past the old pub that is being renovated at the moment and take the track of the path of the Guild Wheel. Shortly we'll come to a track on our left hand side where there's some gates causing a chicane that you've got to walk round, and this takes us into Fishwick Naturte Reserve. There's a sign showing a map of the reserve. So we head up the path and we come to a gateway on our right hand side, which is signposted to the wetlands. You can hear all the birds singing. So we go through the gate and basically keep following the path. Fishwick Naturte Reserve. Habitat and wildlife. The habitat includes woodlands, grasslands and wetland features. Woodlands. Fishwick's woodlands are the result of planting in the 1960s and 70s, with trees native to Britain and the northwest continuing to be introduced. The overall goal of the reserve's woodland is to encourage and benefit plant and animal species over a long period of time. Throstlock Wood, to the east of the reserve, has a wonderful natural atmosphere, having had woodland cover for several centuries. The wood is a biological heritage site and features oak trees and ground flora such as bluebells, wild garlic, campion and celandines. And there's a wooden signpost pointing to the different areas of the nature reserve. Grasslands. Fishwick is home to 7 grassland areas, all of which have been improved by the introduction of wildflower plants and seeds. The wildflower meadows are being developed and managed to be typical of those found in hay meadows and wetter areas. These grasslands create the ideal habitat for insects, mammals, amphibians and other wildlife. As we start coming out of the woodland, it starts to open up. We go over a little bridge over a brook and into, well, the path walks through a wildflower meadow. I'm just showing some little purple flowers. Sorry, I don't know what they are, but if anyone knows it, let me know. And views over the wildflower meadow, which is surrounded by trees on all sides. All sorts of different wildflowers if you look. Showing some pictures of a dog rose, which is it's a wild rose and it's sort of a pale, very pale pink flower. Wetland features. With Fishwick Swamp being a biological heritage site, the reserve's wetlands offer up an abundance of wildlife. Freshwater wetland features in Fishwick Bottoms comprise of 3 ponds created in 2007 and a ditch system which runs through the site. The newly dug ponds are full of life, home to a variety of aquatic plants, sticklebacks, newts, dragonflies, snails and other invertebrates. The reserve is also home to larger species of fish in the ditch joining the River Ribble, resulting in heron and kingfisher being attracted to the site. We've got fields on our right hand side, on the other side of a hedge. On our left hand side is where Fishwick Marsh would be, and the woodland, some woodland as well to our left. Path takes a sharp turn to the left. Just showing you some of the wild plants that are in the hedgerow. Now there's a small flight of stairs leading upwards. I think there's probably about 12 steps. And then the path's back into the woodland again. Down another flight of steps going downhill. And again it opens up to show the fields on our right hand side. I'm showing a close-up of a gorse bush which is in full flower, bright yellow flowers. I'm just showing a close-up of the flowers. Can be quite prickly, that bush. And then finally there's a flight of steps going uphill, and I think I counted round about 100 steps, all going uphill, but there are benches scattered all the way up so you can sit down and have a rest if you need to. And there is a handrail all the way up on the left hand side. The video is just speeded up as we go up the steps. Once at the top of the steps, there's we keep following the path round, and we eventually come to, so we go over the metal stile, and then we follow the path as it bends round to our right hand side and becomes a tarmac track. This tarmac track then leads back down to the guild wheel, where we turn right and follow the guild wheel back towards London Road. So this is just a quick walk round Fishwick Naturte Reserve. Started at the train station in Preston. It's a 6-mile walk, and we're planning on doing this on the 21st of June. It is relatively easy, it's on good paths, so if you're interested in coming along, give me a shout. It's 01772 744 148, and hopefully we'll see you on some of the walks. So hopefully you've enjoyed all these videos that we've done. Like I say, if you want to know more, give us a call and we'll gladly tell you more about it. So all we need to do with this walk now is just follow it back along London Road, down through the back of the capital centre, and follow the River Ribble back to the tramway and then back to the train station. Thanks for watching.